High Ignite gets it away. Turbo pulls it off the respawn onto the backboard, running low on boost, but finds the angle himself. You heard them on the desk talking about it. What a play! Are you kidding me? Squishy and Gimmick tag team the fourth one.
Not very often do I genuinely have no clue a goal's about to happen. What on earth? Squishy!
Goal for sure from midfield. The quick pass across the pitch, broken up by Torsos. Back over. You can't stop it. What a beautiful play. Control of the ball. Looking to flick to Gimmick. Gimmick shoots and he gets the goal. 1-0 for Cloud9.
Look at how much space Torment has, all of the middle third of the field, and he just finds Gimmick.
Oh, and a great pitch.
He did it! He did it!
The Cuxer pitch. The man is a legend. Rebang up high against the back wall. Kami, that shot. Kami gets the goal for the Chiefs. They tie it up.
And again, this could be the spark for the Chiefs.
Cloud9. Quick follow-up from the Chiefs. Kami's there. The pass to dump over to Torsos. Up high. Dripping. Scores! The Chiefs up 2-0.
Oh, the pressure!
Hello, welcome back to RL Talk. Today I'm going to be giving you our predictions for week 7 of RLCS Season 9. It's also the final week of South America before regionals. So the way we're going to work with that is going to be a bit odd. But yeah, let's just get right into it. So the games of the day for North America are Susquehanna Sonics versus Cloud9, Space Station versus Rogue, Susquehanna versus Flight, Ghost versus Cloud9, Pittsburgh Knights versus E United, and NRG versus G2. So, Josh has his matches going like this: 3-1 to Susquehanna Sonics against Cloud9 after Cloud9 swept NRG. Clearly he doesn't think that they are going to carry any momentum from that. Then Space Station to beat Rogue 3-1, relatively easy, but most teams take a game in a series, especially if they're the underdog, which is weird, but I don't know how that works, but it does. And then he has Susquehanna Sonics to beat Flight in a very decisive match for Flight's season. Not so much for theirs. Well, a bit actually quite decisive for both teams, but on completely different ends of the table. But yeah, he has that Susquehanna Sonics 3-2 in a 5-game thriller. Now, another 5-game thriller between Ghost and Cloud9, with Ghost coming out the victors 3-2 after that win against NRG, G2 in week 6, and he just thinks Cloud9 is going to get completely shut down this week, clearly. Then another 5-game thriller, Pittsburgh Knights beating E United 3-2, which is also very decisive for their season. A lot of games towards the end are very important towards the team's seasons. So yeah, that's very interesting. I believe the team that loses that, if the other predictions are correct, whichever team loses that is in the promotion playoff spot. So yeah, it wouldn't be good for either team to lose that. And then probably the match of the day, the final game of the day, NRG to beat G2 in a 5-game thriller, and put G2 down in 4th and at risk of Ghost coming along and taking that top 4 spot from them. So Josh's table looks like this: Susquehanna Sonics first, 7-1 and at a plus 11 game differential. And then second, Space Station, 6-1 and at a plus 10 game differential. Third, NRG, 6-2 at a plus 6 game differential. And then in 4th, G2, 5-2 and at a plus 8 game differential. 5th, Ghost, 5-3 at a plus 4 game differential. They've actually secured a spot in next season of RLCS. Then Pittsburgh Knights, 3 and 5 and at a -3 game differential. Then 7th Cloud9, 2 and 6 at a -6 game differential. E United also 2 and 6 in 8th at 2 and 6 in 8th at a -7 game differential. 9th Rogue 2 and 6 at a -11 game differential, and bringing up the rear in Flight at 1 and 7 and at a -12 game differential. So now over to my predictions. I have Susquehanna Sonics to beat Cloud9 in a 5-game thriller. I think that'll be very interesting to see, but I think Sonics will come out victorious in that one. I also have Space Station to beat Rogue 3-1. I think it would be unfair to not say Rogue would get a game, but it's not impossible for it to happen. You know, it could happen that Rogue don't get a game, but I think it's unfair to say that they won't. Then Susquehanna Sonics to beat Flight 3-1, just relatively easy really. Cloud9 to beat Ghost in a 5-game thriller, unlike Josh who has Ghost to win. And E United to beat Pittsburgh Knights in a 5-game thriller, unlike Josh who has Pittsburgh Knights to win. But this one we do agree on, and that is NRG versus G2. We both agree that that'll be 3-2 to NRG in a very, very entertaining 5-match series. Okay, so I have for my predictions. First, Susquehanna Sonics 7-1 at a +11 game differential. Second, Space Station 6-1 at a +10 game differential. Third, NRG 6-2 and at a +6 game differential. Fourth, G2 5-2 and at a +8 game differential. And now this is where it starts to get different. Fifth, Ghost 5-4 at a +2 game differential. Sixth, Cloud9 3-4 at a -3 game differential. Seventh, E United 3-5 at a -5 game differential. Eighth, Pittsburgh Knights at 2 and 6 at a -5 game differential. 9th, Rogue 2 and 6 at a -11 game differential, and 10th, Flight 1 and 7 and at a -13 game differential. So very similar there for me and Josh. Now over to Europe, where our games are Dignitas versus Endpoint, Reciprocity versus TSM, Singularity versus Endpoint, Dignitas versus Veloce, Barcelona versus Monaco, and Vitality versus Mouse. So, Josh has Dignitas to beat Endpoint 3-1, just relatively easy like usual. Then Reciprocity to beat TSM 3-1, again relatively easy. Then he has a very decisive game, Team Singularity to beat Endpoint in a 5-game thriller, which could decide which team gets 7th and avoids having to go to the promotion playoffs this season. Then he has Dignitas to beat Veloce 3-1. Then he has Monaco to take Barcelona to 5 games, but unfortunately lose it. So he has Barcelona to beat Monaco 3-2. And then he has Vitality to beat Mouse in a game of the day, I believe it would be, 5-game thriller. So what that does for his table is Vitality first 7-1 at +11 game differential. Then second, Dignitas 7-1 at +10 game differential. Third, Barcelona 5-2 at a +5 game differential. Fourth, Reciprocity 5-3 at a +5 game differential. Fifth, Veloce 5-3 at a +4 game differential. Sixth, Mouse 4-3 at a +5 game differential. Seventh, Team Singularity 3-5 at a -7 game differential. 8th, Endpoint 2 and 6 at -6 game differential. 9th, TSM 1 and 7 at -12 game differential. And 8th, Monaco 0 and 8 and 10th, Monaco 0 and 8 and at a -15 game differential. Now, over to me. I have Dignitas to beat Endpoint 3-1. Then I also have Reciprocity to beat TSM 3-1. Then I actually have Endpoint to beat Singularity in a 5-game thriller, as well as Veloce to beat Dignitas in a 5-game thriller too. Barcelona to take Monaco in 4, and then Vitality to take Mouse to 5 games and eventually come out the victors. So my table looks a bit like this. First, winner Vitality 7 and 1 at a +11 game differential. Joint second, but Veloce would be second because they've just beaten Dignitas. Veloce and Dignitas 6 and 2 and at a +7 game differential. Fourth, Barcelona 5 and 2 at a +6 game differential. Fifth, Reciprocity 5 and 3 at a +5 game differential. Sixth, Mouse 4 and 3 at a +5 game differential. Seventh, Endpoint 3 and 5 at a -4 game differential. Eighth, Singularity 2 and 6 at a -9 game differential. And then ninth, TSM 1 and 7 at a -12 game differential. And then finally 10th, Monaco 0 and 8 and at a -16 game differential. So, over to Josh's South America predictions. The matches are Advidity versus Poison Bullets, 3 Sins versus Novus AV, 3-point Shooters versus True Neutral, Novus AV versus Most Wanted, the 3 Sins versus Sapphire, and Most Wanted versus True Neutral. So, Josh has Avidity to beat Poison Bullets 3-1. Then he has the 3 Sins to beat Novus AV in a 5-game thriller, and that will definitely be a very interesting series if it does go down to 5 games. Then he has 3-point Shooters to beat True Neutral 3-1. He actually has Novus AV to then sweep Most Wanted, and then the 3 Sins to beat Sapphire 3-1, and the Most Wanted to beat True Neutral 3-1. So what that does for his table: first, Novus AV 6 and 1 at a +14 game differential. Second, the 3 Sins 6 and 1 at a +10 game differential. Third, Advidity 5 and 2 at a +7 game differential. Fourth, Most Wanted 4 and 3 at a +1 game differential. Fifth, the 3-point Shooters 2 and 5 and at a -6 game differential. Sixth, Poison Bullets 2 and 5 and at a -7 game differential. And 7th, Sapphire 2 and 5 and at a -8 game differential. Then he is in 8th and bringing up the rear of the pack, True Neutral 1 and 6 and at a -11 game differential. So very interesting for Josh there. Then I have Avidity to also beat Poison Bullets 3-1, and the 3 Sins to also take down Novus AV in a massive and a crucial 5-game thriller. Then 3-point Shooters to beat True Neutral 3-2. Novus AV to beat Most Wanted 3-1. The 3 Sins to beat Sapphire 3-2. And Most Wanted to beat True Neutral 3-1. So, what that does for my table is first, Novus AV 6 and 1 at a +13 game differential. Second, the 3 Sins 6 and 1 and at a +9 game differential. Then in third, Advidity 5 and 2 and at a +7 game differential. Fourth, Most Wanted 4 and 3 and at a +2 game differential. Fifth, Poison Bullets 2 and 5 and at a -7 game differential. Then sixth, Sapphire 2 and 5 at a -7 game differential. And then I have 3-point shooters in 7th. Then I have in 7th 3-point shooters 2 and 5, and also at a -7 game differential. So the way that these positions have worked out, Sapphire beat 3-point shooters, and Poison Bullets beat Sapphire. Also, I believe that Sapphire and Poison Bullets have won more games than 3-point shooters, but I'm not to confirm that. So if it does happen like that, it might not be in that order, but that's what I think the order will be. And then 8th, True Neutral 1 and 6th, and at a -10 game differential. So very interesting there for South America. And don't forget, on the week 7 review, which I promise will be up before Thursday, we will be comparing the table that we predicted out of the South America actual table, how the season finishes, and our predictions put all together, like all of our predictions, and then verse that and compare it against the actual table to see how far we were. So, over to Oceania, our matches for the day: Cringe Society versus Ground Zero, Mind Freak versus Team Esper, Fury versus Renegades, and Canberra Havoc versus Overt. So, Josh has Cringe Society to take Ground Zero down in a 5-game thriller. Then he has Mind Freak to beat Team Esper 3-1. Then an upset from Fury, beating Renegades 3-1. And Canberra Havoc to take their first win of the season, beating Overt 3-2. So what that does for the table: first, Mind Freak 4-0 at a +7 game differential. Second, Cringe Society 3-1 at a +4 game differential. Third, Ground Zero 2-2 at a +3 game differential. Fourth, Renegades 2-2 at a 0 game differential. Fifth, Fury 2-2 at a -2 game differential. Sixth, Overt 1-3 at -1 game differential. Seventh, Team Esper -4, and that's a 1-3 and at a -4 game differential. And then 8th, Canberra Havoc 1-3 and at a -7 game differential. Now, over to me. I have Cringe Society to take down Ground Zero in 5 games as well as Mind Freak beating Team Esper 3-1. But then I actually have Renegades to sweep Fury, and then I also agree with Josh with Canberra Havoc beating Overt in 5. So the only game that is different for us two in Oceania is Renegades, where Josh has Team Fury to beat Renegades 3-1, whereas I have Renegades to beat Team Fury 3-0. So, what that does for my standings is: first, Mind Freak 4-0 at a +7 game differential. Second, Renegades 3-1 at a +5 game differential. Third, Cringe Society 3-1 at a +4 game differential. Then fourth, Ground Zero 2-2 and at a +3 game differential. Fifth, Overt 1-3 and at a -1 game differential. Sixth, Team Esper 1-3 and at a -4 game differential. And then joint 7th, Canberra Havoc and Fury 1-3 and at a -7 game differential. So yeah, that does it for our predictions for week 7 of RLCS, or kind of week 7, obviously Oceania and South America predictions. The way we score it will be kind of different to it going down as week 7, but that doesn't matter, you guys don't really need to know that. So yeah, I am 15 points behind Josh in the prediction point system that we do in our predictions. Josh has 348 points, I have 333 points, so yeah, hopefully I can catch up to him, and we can make this very interesting coming into week 8 and regionals. But until I see you guys next time, hope you have a lovely weekend, and goodbye.
I think I need therapy when my feet gets the best of me. I can't seem to understand how you do this to me. You've been running in circles. wilderness. Still been running in circles.